In this video, I'm going to be going over some creatures you might not know about in Ark Survival Evolved. So there's going to be two different sections of this video. First, are going to be creatures that didn't get added to Ark, but are spawnable in the game. And then after that, I'm going to be going over some extremely rare creatures that you probably didn't know about, just because they're so rare and hard to find. So the first one on the list is the VR Utyrannus, and this was going to be in the Master Control Arena during the fight. This would have been one of the creatures that was going to kill you, of like the other VR creatures like you can see on screen. It would have looked like that, but of course this version didn't have its texturing complete, so as you can see it looks a little bit weird, is with the glowing stuff on it. Next on the list is the VR Daedon. Now this is a pretty similar story to the VR Utyrannus, and it wasn't a finished thing, but it would have been in the Master Control Arena. I just assumed that they didn't really think both of these creatures would be a really good fit for that boss fight, so they ended up scrapping them halfway through. After that, we have the Tech Giga. This would have been Genesis Part 1 in the lunar biome, but sadly it does not spawn in the lunar biome. There's not really any way of taming it or finding it, which is really sad because I think the Tech Giga is a really cool and probably one of the coolest tech creatures in the game. Next was an R variant creature that was going to be added to Genesis Part 2 on the release, and this was going to be the R Dyer Bear. So this is of course in the game, but it does not spawn naturally, but you can spawn it with commands. The R Dyer Bear would have been pretty cool, as you can see the pattern here. It would have spawned in the Rockwell's garden area. And I'm kind of confused as to why this doesn't spawn naturally, because this is a really cool variant. Next we have a corrupted creature variant that would have been on extinction. This one was actually on extinction for a few days after launch, and it was the corrupted deathworm. And this one no longer spawns, but it would have spawned in the no man's land, which is the super dangerous area filled with corrupted gigas and rexes. Next is the X Dragon, which would have been found in Genesis Part 1 in one of the missions. So the X variants are basically just variants in Genesis Part 1, but this specifically would have been the Volcanic variant, which has basically lava going all down its back and everything. I think this is probably one of the coolest X variants, and I'm pretty sad that we didn't actually get to see it in game because it looks really cool. Next we have the Aberrant Megalania. Now I've had a ton of comments asking me to include the Aberrant Megalania in one of these videos. And basically, if you don't know, it's one of those things that didn't get added, doesn't spawn naturally, but you can spawn it in game. Kind of disappointed because the Aberrant Megalania actually does look really cool, and I think it'd be a cool addition to Aberrant. Next I'm going to be going over some of the creatures that just are in the game, but people really don't know about them because they're just so rare or so hard to find. So you probably know about the Lunar Salmon on Gen 1, but there's actually a different variant just called the Rare Lunar Salmon, and this one it has a full green glow on it, and it looks a lot different. So as you can notice, the glow is a lot bigger than the regular lunar ones. The lunar one, you can barely notice it. This one is super bright and vibrant with those neon colors. Next is the Spirit Direwolf. This is not to be confused with the Ghost Wolf. There's two different variants. The Ghost Wolf is blue. This one's like a clear color. When you shine light on it, it kind of looks white like this. This one's found in the Labyrinth Cave in Ragnarok, that super hard maze cave found in the desert biome. At the very end of the cave, you have to fight waves with the Spirit Direwolves and the Spirit Dyer Bears, which is the other creature on this list. So like I just said, the next creature on this list is the Spirit Dyer Bear. This one does spawns in the Labyrinth Cave as well, and is in those waves, and it's practically just the same. Also, if you're trying to spawn these in, keep a note you're going to need to be in the Labyrinth Cave if you do want to spawn it in, or else it won't work on console, and it should just let you spawn it anywhere when you're playing on PC. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and also subscribe. But thanks for watching, and bye.